Everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David. Baruch Hashem. Today we have a beautiful sunny day. Baruch Hashem. It's so beautiful over here. So beautiful. Baruch Hashem. Everyone should join us. We always learn for the well-being of our soldiers and our captives that Hashem should spare them and show them a lot of mercy. The captives a lot of mercy and give the soldiers a lot of siyata d'shmaya, so they can find the captives and they can all end this and all go home safely reunite with their families. Okay, so we're learning Likutey Halachos, Hilchos, Birchos HaShachar. We're in morning blessings. We're in Halacha Hey 5, and today we're up to letter Pei 80. All right, so it's 80 out of these lessons in Birchos HaShachar go up to 100. So we have 20 more lessons. Baruch Hashem. All right?
And we have a siyum.
And we're going to try to make a siyum on Monday. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So we're learning this very deep concept of bechira, free choice, and how far free choice really goes, and where does Hashem extend free choice till? And then we learned this amazing story about Bilaam, right? With his with Balak, right? How these guys had free choice. They didn't have to, they didn't have to do what they did. So much so where these two nations, Moab and Midian, were always at odds with each other. They were always at war with each other. But here you see they get together. Now, do you know where Moab came from? Lot's daughter, right? Do you know how he got his name? How he got his name, Moab? Me'av, from my father. Yeah. That's what she named him. Yeah, that's what she named him. Me'av. Yeah. And then Midian is from the word of midin, from judgment. Judgment, deep, strong judgment. Yeah. Amazing ideas to understand really what was going on behind this and how they were trying to devise this plan to curse Klal Yisrael. Yes.
That doesn't also Ariya Kadosh right that in the word Bilam and Balak, you combine them, you get Amalek. So it's like they were like the ingredients.
Yeah. That's absolutely right. We learned a lot of things about Balak means by itself. Balak means to luck. He came to suck our blood. Mm-hmm. And Bilam we learned. Bilam is an acronym as well. Bilam is the acronym for the Bays and the Lamed is for the first Bays in the Torah, Bereshis. And the last word of the Torah is Yisrael. The last letter in the Torah is Lamed. Mm-hmm. So he was trying to uproot the entire Torah, Mi Beis ad Lamed. Now wait a second. Then his next letter in his name is Ayin. There are 70 understandings, Shivim Panim LaTorah, 70 understandings in Torah. He was trying to uproot that as well. Then wait a second. Now we're get a load of this. How about the Mem in his name?
Whose name?
No, the name. In Bilam's name. No. The Mem in Bilam's name is because Moshe went up to the Hashem in Shemayim for 40 days, and he brought down the Torah Shebal Peh, right? So he said he wanted to uproot that as well. That's Bilam, right? Mm-hmm. So now, there's a lot of things. And why does Hashem do all this? So that way we should always have free choice in the world, right? Hashem wills that we have free choice. That there must be free choice. And the world cannot exist if we don't have free choice. It must be free choice. Sasha, your safe is over here. Yeah. Okay. Now, Bilam we discussed the story that Balak came to him the first time, and he said, "With you guys, I can't go. I need some more serious people." With some more serious funds, and then we'll see if it works. And then Hashem said, "Go, but I'll dictate to you what you can say." Right? Okay. And then on his way, he was riding his donkey, which was his wife, right? Yeah, listen, that's what that said. Yeah. We'll learn about that. Why he was his donkey, and we're going to learn very interesting things about Bilaam. But the donkey.
He didn't listen to his wife.
Yeah, you didn't listen. Yeah.
Rebbe, didn't he not also have another wife? I mean, he had children, Bilam.
Yeah, but he.
Eunice and Eumbris, right?
Huh?
Eunice and Eumbris.
Yeah, he did have children,
Yeah,
and they were not any blessings to the world. They were not fun. Yeah, okay, but now this donkey wound up pushing him into the wall 3 times, squishing his feet, right, squishing him, and then he hits the donkey 3 times. He hits the donkey 3 times, and then the donkey says to him, "Why are you hitting me, shalosh regalim?" That's what we're going to learn about today. Why does the donkey say shalosh regalim? Shalosh regalim. It's interesting words that he used. The donkey. This is the donkey talking, right? So here,
Amen.
okay, now pay. V'zeh shekosov ki kisani zeh shalish regalim. You hit me 3 times. Funny lashon. You hit me shalish regalim. Why shalish regalim? What was the donkey trying to say by saying shalish regalim? Look what he says now. So in Bamidbar Rabbah, Atam avakesh la'aka uma hachageges shalish regalim b'shana. You want to uproot a nation that celebrates the 3 major holidays, the 3 holidays that we have, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot. These holidays. He specifically mentioned, the donkey specifically mentioned these 3 holidays. It's fascinating. The donkey knew about the holidays, right? It's fascinating. I mean, we're saying the words, but you really think about it. It's pretty interesting, right? The donkey was talking. It's fascinating, right?
Yeah, but who made the donkey talk? Hashem.
Of course. No, Simcha, of course. And that was one of the things that Hashem did on the 6 days of creation. He prepared the mouth of the donkey. That was one of the things. Yeah, of course. Kiheim Mayadei Hashem Mikra Kodesh. These are holidays that are called Kodesh. So what's the significance of Kodesh? See, there's 2 sides. There's the side of holiness and there's the side of impurity. The side of holiness, the highest you can get, we've learned, is Metzach HaRotzon. That's the highest you can get, is Metzach HaRotzon. Rotzon Hashem, connected to Rotzon Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu connects to the Rotzon Hashem. Bilaam is on the opposite spectrum, which is the Metzach HaNachash. Metzach HaNachash. Metzach HaRotzon on the right side, Metzach HaNachash on the left side.
Is that ego? How do you translate the nachash?
Nachash is Nachash is the serpent.
Yeah, but it's like in our day and age, on a physical level, that's the ego parts of man. How would you translate it?
Well, you want to say Gaiva's ego,
right?
But this is Nachash. Right. Nachash is really listen, there were many lessons on this, so just take for now. Yeah. Take for now that there are two sides. There's the right and the left. We have that today, right? Where they talk about the right and the left, right? So the far right, the furthest right you can get, the best you can get is Metzach HaRotzon.
Right. I'm with you.
And then the furthest left you can get to is you're in the camp with the snake.
It's kind of funny to think of it that way.
Well, that's what it is. Those guys are in the snake.
Left is their snakes.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys have pets for snakes, right? Snakes as pets. Yeah.
Really, but if you to represent the right side as doing the Ratzon of Hashem, which is the will of Hashem, that's clear. On the left is, how would you verbalize, what does snake represent?
Chachmas HaTeva.
Of nature.
Nature, the people that subscribe to nature. There's no God, coincidence, no God, and it's all happenstance.
Okay, good.
Yes. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. So that's what. So there it goes. So again, Moyadei Hashem. These are the Moyadei Hashem Mikra Kodesh. See, again, Bilaam was thinking that Hashem has rotzon. He has this power. Hashem is a power. And Hashem is kind of loose. He can draw Hashem any way you want. If you will him to, you want to do mitzvahs, you want to do Torah, you want to learn Hashem, you want to do what the things you're supposed to do, Hashem will go with you. If you want to go on the other way, Hashem will go with you also. That's what Bilaam was thinking. But the donkey's telling him here, look what the donkey says, Ma'odeh Hashem mikra kodesh. It's not what you're doing, sir. I know you. I know you're abusing me all the time. I know you. Mikra kodesh, he says. Look at the words, see that? It's called holiness, the side of Ratzon. Shekorim umegalim es haRatzon. Because what the whole idea of the Shalosh Regalim was, we went to the Beis Hamikdash, right? We went up and we did Aliyas HaRegel, right? We did Aliyas HaRegel, right? We went up. Why was it called Aliyas HaRegel? Because we went by foot. Right. You know that? When we went to the Beis Hamikdash, you had to go by foot. You didn't go by animal. You didn't take your car. Went by foot. You know that? It's amazing. Aliyas HaRegel. Yeah.
There's something beautiful. When I try to go to the Kotel, I try to go by foot. There's something beautiful when you do that. It's in a humble state, not like in a car, and you drive up to it. But
Well, it depends where you're coming from.
Right, it's to a certain point.
Where you're parking. Well,
From the parking lot, yeah.
Rabbi Nachman and walk with his friend.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, listen, depends how much time you have, and so on. But it's a beautiful idea. Right, Shekorin es haRatzon. V'hu rotza levatel zos. Bilaam was trying to nullify the Ratzon of Hashem, to make the Ratzon of Hashem like his Ratzon. And Chazal tell us that really there is a certain time, there's a certain moment in the day that Hashem has anger, right? He has anger. And Moshe Rabbeinu convinced Hashem at that time, please Hashem, put it on vacation while this thing was going on with Bilaam. Because Bilaam was able to determine that very second that Hashem has the anger, whatever that means for us. Hashem has anger. I don't know. We're just talking about it, okay? It's not nothing physical, it's nothing, but just for the sake of understanding, there's a certain second that Hashem has anger. If Bilaam would have used his shemos of Tumah at that time, he could have caused the destruction of the Jewish nation. So Moshe Rabbeinu convinced Bilaam, Hashem convinced Hashem, no anger now. And Bilaam was upside down because he was waiting for that moment. He couldn't get it. He couldn't find it. Ulahachish b'rotzon chas v'sholom ki haya bebechinas metzach hanachash, because he was the aspect of the metzach hanachash. Right? He wanted to change Hashem's desire. What Hashem wanted. Hashem desires Hashem. That's what Hashem wants. Right? He chose us. Right? And Bilaam wants to uproot that. So the donkey is yelling at him. Why do you hit me sholosh regalim? Sholosh regalim. It's called mikra kodesh. Bilaam, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. You want to be nasty to me? Okay, but to Hashem, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, Bilaam. You're barking up the wrong tree. All right. We got this, understand this so far? Okay, let's go to Pei Aleph. Okay, that was short, but they're very powerful. Right, to understand why the donkey said Shalosh Regalim. Okay? Let's do Pei Aleph. Now, here we go. And this is the aspect of the mouth, the donkey opening his mouth. Shashem is ba'al pasach es pia osan, v'u ba'atzma ha'chicha oisai, shenase nei sheloi ha'ya me'olam. This was a miracle that never happened. And Hashem used his own donkey, to rebuke him. It's fascinating.
Why donkey, maybe?
Why do you mean why donkey? Because he used his donkey, he was to live with his donkey. So Hashem used the very thing that he's... Okay, let me explain this. Okay. why did Bilaam have to live with his donkey? Right. Let's understand that. His donkey, his chamor, a donkey, chamor. Okay. We have some people that don't understand the Hebrew words, and I say it in English. Okay. Right.
That's me.
No.
Me too.
No. So that's a donkey. The donkey. Okay. You see, when on the side of holiness, we have to disconnect from things of this world, right? Moshe Rabbeinu, right? He had to leave he left his wife, right? He was very, 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 very always on a second's notice, right? He couldn't even be with his wife because he knew if he would be with his wife, Hashem can come to him at any second. And if he had relations with his wife, then he would not be ready to talk to Hashem, and that would not be right. So Moshe Rabbeinu said, I'm going to just absolve, finished. I'm not going to be with my wife. So this way I can stay pure, right? On this, such a level of purity. And that's how Moshe Rabbeinu was able to connect to the highest place on the right side, the Ratzon, because of the level of purity. You understand? The more purity he has. But now, how do you get on the other side? How did Bilaam have to go on the other side to get to the peak of the impurity in order to be the Metzach HaNachash himself, to be like that? What did he have to do? He had to do everything of impurity. He had to do the most disgusting things possible in order to keep defiling himself to bring him to that place. You follow? Same way Moshe Rabbeinu on the other side is disconnecting from everything of the world and staying as pure as possibly he can. On the other side, he's doing everything to do more disgust, more impurity. You follow? So that's why he had to be with his donkey, because that was something really, really disgusting. Really disgusting. And that really put him over the top. Yes.
But the interesting Indian here is that in our day and age, and the way Hashem wants it, he did command us to do plural, to have children, because that's holy, it's the kedusha. Meaning, if one is too long, I want to be like Moshe Rabbeinu, and I want to disconnect with my wife. But that's not.
No. Wait. Hold on. Yeah. We will never get to this place of Metzach HaRatzon where Moshe Rabbeinu got. Moshe Rabbeinu is the Navi of all Nevi'im. Moshe Rabbeinu spoke to Hashem peh peh, right? Moshe Rabbeinu went to Shemayim for 40 days. He didn't eat and he didn't drink. Does that make sense? No. He was not on none of us. No matter what you do, we'll never get to that level. We can't. That's one of the 13 principles of faith from the Rambam, right? We believe in Moshe Rabbeinu. He's the Navi from before and after. There's no one else like Moshe Rabbeinu, right? So again, we're trying to just understand how Moshe Rabbeinu had to be so pure on that side, where on the other side he had to be so impure. You understand? That's the thing. Okay. Now, and of course, there's a mitzvah of prurevu, and there's a mitzvah to satisfy one's wife, and we're not discussing that now. That's not this class. Here, this class now we're discussing. Yes, you're right, but that's not what we're discussing. Now, here I'm just trying to explain to you the difference of how pure he was and how impure he was. Okay?
And they both left their wives for different reasons.
Okay.
The two greatest.
There you go. Okay. Ki bazeh hira loy shashem yizbarach me'ein nimshach koicha yatomei lepoil pulos roish. So we see that here Hashem allows for the other side to have some kind of power to do certain things. We'd explained the other day, because of free choice. See, if Avodah Zarah didn't ever work and the incantations never worked, so then what would be there wouldn't be no taiva, there wouldn't be anything. But the fact that sometimes it worked, maybe that's the right thing. People may say, they may come to that conclusion. Maybe it's the right thing, right? So Hashem does that only to have bechira. So I can choose Hashem. Hashem wants us to choose Him, right? You understand? Hashem wants us to choose Him. He doesn't want us to choose the other side. That's our free choice. So Hashem even gives them the ability to do things with their wickedness, with their evil things. Ki him shechazu ma'al atzmai kol kach al yedei tavas niyaf bezuma kazois im behema. Bilaam brought upon himself such an impurity by having relations with his donkey. Ad shal yedei ze hoya like koyach the sitra acha bepiv hatomeh. And listen to these words. Al shal yedei ze, through his act of being with his donkey, hoya like koyach the sitra acha, gave koyach to the sitra acha, to the evil side. Bepiv hatomeh, with his wicked mouth. In other words, he gave his mouth the ability, Bilaam's mouth, the ability to speak and to have power with what he says, to cause things to happen with what he says. Ki chen the manik Hashem yisbarach elamai shemisha roitze lepol polosei b'kedusha tzarich shia parish kodesh godel miyayit k'mo Moshe Rabbeinu Avos Shalom. If someone wants to be Paul something with holiness, they have to be very, very, very disconnected from worldly things. Right? They can't be involved in all the life's desires and all the taivot of this world, and then think that I'm going to be able to be Paul, big pulas. I'll do big things of holiness. It's not going to work. It can't work. It can't work. You have to be on either all the way to the right or all the way to the left. If Moshe Rabbeinu would have lost a little bit of his holiness, right? He wouldn't be able to do it. In other words, if Moshe Rabbeinu something would have happened, that he would have lost chas v'sholem, right? The Baruch didn't happen. But if something would happen, then he wouldn't be able to do the things that he did for us, right? He would not have been able to do those things. It works on the other side. Everything's always zelu maseh. Hashem keeps everything balanced. Leipik betuma. Hayakayach Bilaam daika al yedei shetime atzmai kol kach. Vayidei zeh daika hayalay kayach bepivatame. You understand the concept? He was so pure, he accomplished with it. It's like Mordechai and Haman. Same thing. Haman is so impure. He's so impure. He's so evil. So evil. He's on the side of Amalek, right? He's Amalek. He's Ben Agag, right? Right? When Shaul HaMelech let Agag live, right? When he let him live, he had relations, and that's how he came about. Then he's Ben Agag. Yeah.
It's a beautiful concept. I want to just ask, on the side of holiness, we know that those Shloshim Regalim correspond to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov.
And Yaakov, yes, very good.
Foundation, right? On the other side, the Sitra Achra, so you said that Bilaam is opposite Moshe Rabbeinu. Who are the three in the Sitra Achra who correspond to Abraham, Yitzchak? Who are they? Who are those three people?
I don't know that. I don't know that. And I don't know, we don't need to know that. We just need to know from our side.
Okay.
Right. For example, the Tanya brings in Tanya, he brings you have the 10 sfirot of impurity. So the Tanya calls them the Eser Kisrin de Mistabusa. He calls it the 10 crowns of impurity. He doesn't name them. He doesn't name them. We're not interested in them. Yeah, we don't need that. We just need to know. We just need to know that that's 10 against 10. Okay. Kamu b'zayir hakodesh b'svarim shepulasai al yedei tumais atzmus shetime atzmai b'shichva zera eitzel har choshech harachman l'tzlan. He went such a thing like this, Bilaam, to do such things like he did, is the only way he was able to be the villain, the scoundrel that he was because of what he was involved with. The Alke. Hirulay Hashem Yisbarach, Koichai Me'ein Nimshach, Umashapol Bekoichai Atome. Shehimshich Koyach Hadibar Peh El Hatoma Vasitra Acher Kol Kach Al Yedei Maise Ishis Shosei Imasone. Hashem showed him, look what you did. You gave so much power to the Sitra Acher via what you did. Ad Shenimshach Koyach Hadibar L'Osan L'Atzmai. Until he gave koyach to the donkey itself. Notice he had the the filthy mouth that he had, right? He extended that to his mate. The mechanics of how this worked, why the donkey was able to talk, we're trying to decipher it. Because he was so pure, he transferred it over through his relation, through him spewing his seed in the donkey. He gave the good donkey the power of the impurity of him, of his wicked mouth. Ad she'osan posach piv v'aychicha yoisei ba'atzmai v'aydiya loi le'ein kol hasorim sheholchu me'echem bo koichai. Until all of it. Good morning, Yossi. Well, I saw you yesterday by Reb Chaim. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now, so when Bilaam was being rebuked by his donkey, he had all of his people with him. Could you imagine their faces when they saw that Bilaam's donkey was talking? And the donkey was rebuking him? He was mamish embarrassed. The guy was really embarrassed, right? Ki amar loi, hasken hiskani, sheremez al maise ishis k'may shamar v'senazal. Everyone knew what he was up to. They realized what he was up to. They realized he was having relations with the donkey. Could you imagine how embarrassing that was for him? He deserved it. He deserved it, right? The koyach of his tumah didn't come from him directly. It came because he was with the donkey. It wasn't that he was so impure himself. He needed something else physical in order to bring him to that level of impurity. Right. It wasn't from Bilaam himself. That because Bilaam thought he rules Teva. Bilaam thought he rules nature. Hey, wait a second. Nature doesn't have donkeys talk. Right? That's not part of nature. Right? You can ride on a donkey. You can use a donkey to plow your field. Right? You can do a lot of things, but you're not going to get a donkey to talk. Right? So what is Hashem showing him? Hey, buddy, you think you're running Teva? I'll show you I'm running Teva. Yes.
Another amazing and fascinating miracle that happened is that when the Bilaam gives those 3 brachos to Klal Yisrael, you could ask the question, how could such filth and someone who's so defiled give eternal?
That was Hashem. No. The reason why that we say it in our part of our davening, right? Right? Why do we say that? Because that was Hashem was mahapech teva.
Right.
That was the hipach of teva. That was the opposite of teva again. This guy wants to do this, but Hashem shows him you're not going to do it. You're going to do something else. And we're going to discuss then why Bilaam comes up with the idea to bring the ladies into the thing. We're going to get, but okay. Raka kol beritzayin Hashem yisbarach shebara olam beritzaynai b'choy kazeh. Hashem made the world with such laws of creation, right? He made these are the laws of teva, and he made it that Bilaam could defile himself so much so that he can have the power to do things, to be payil pu'ulais with his filthy mouth. The same way on the other side, Moshe Rabbeinu had the purest mouth possible, and he was able to be payil pu'ulais with his actions, because of how pure he was. He did it only because of his. And how was he so impure? Because he needed his donkey. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't need anything. It was him and Hashem.
The donkey gave him.
It made him so impure. He needed that impurity to bring him to that, to catapult him to that place of impurity. It's fascinating. That's why the donkey talked and rebuked him. You want everyone to believe you control Teva. Hey, I'm talking to you. That's not part of Teva.
Well, that's just like we need holiness to project us to get closer to Hashem.
Yeah. But that's the other side, right?
Yeah.
חוי כזה, שיהיה כוח לאדם להמשיך בבחירוסי כוחס העליונים כרצונו. So in other words, you could bring the koichas elyonim, right? The abilities, the upper abilities, right? The upper abilities you could bring to this world how you want them, right? If you want to go on the side of holiness, you could pull Hashem to the side of holiness. You want to be like, if the person wants to be like Bilaam, so then he can pull Hashem on that side as well, because Hashem will allow that because, again, he wants bechira in the world, free choice. And there's only going to be free choice if you have both sides are always balanced. Yeah.
Maybe, can you share a few words? Why is it the ultimate will of Hashem for a human to have a bechira? Even if
So we had about 150 lessons on that. But just to cut, okay. But just to summarize that, okay, here we go. Okay. Hashem made the world in the way that he hides himself. He hides himself, right? That's called Hester Pana, right? He hides himself. And Hashem chooses to hide himself. Because again, if Hashem would reveal himself clearly in the world, there would be no trick to serve Hashem, right? The same way the angels, right? The angels serve Hashem because they see the truth. The angels don't have bechira. Angels can choose the wrong thing. They see the truth and they know what the truth is. You understand? But Hashem wants us in this world to find Him. That's what He wants. Hashem made that game of hide go seek. You know the game of hide go seek, right? Remember, I use that as an example, right? Okay, and again, when you find the guy, right, you're playing with your friend, right? And then when you find the friend, oh, everyone's so happy, right? You're happy, he's happy, everyone's jumping around and they're all happy, right? That's what Hashem wants. That's what Hashem wants for us, to find Him, to bring us tranquility in our lives. That's what Hashem wants. And that's why Hashem always wants to, and we don't know why Hashem wants that. Hey, we don't ask these questions, but we can only discuss what Hashem wants and what we can do about it to fulfill what Hashem's desire is in the world, right? We have our mission if you choose to accept it, right? That's it, right? You have your mission, right? This is our mission, to choose Hashem, to do the right thing. Do you want to accept your mission or not? That's up to you, right? So that's how you understand. So just undertake that as a given. There's something in the world called bechira, okay? Rabbi Weinberg always says that bechira is overrated. He says bechira is overrated. And why is bechira overrated? He says because really Hashem knows the outcome that you're going to do, right? And He knows where you're going to be and who you're going to be with, and who you're going to and what. He knows all of those things. But the only thing that we have bechira is to choose how we deal with the circumstance we find ourselves in. The circumstance we find ourselves in, that's decided by Hashem. Now, how do I deal with that circumstance? What's my attitude towards the circumstance I find myself in? That's my bechira. You understand? That's my bechira. Right? So when a person gets out, they walk out of the building, and the next thing they know, they walk in the street, and the guy starts screaming at him. Mm-hmm. Oh, you did this, but hey, now and that's my bechira right now. What do I do? Do I start yelling at the guy? Well, what do I do? Well, do I realize Hashem just sent me this guy as a test? What am I going to do now? Am I going to get upset? What am I going to do? That's my bechira, right? I don't want that. Many things we come to in life, we don't want to be in that situation, right? There are many things we find ourselves in that we don't want to be in, right? Klal Yisrael doesn't want to be in the situation we're in today either, right? We don't want to be in this situation, but we're here. So we're doing the best that we can to deal with it, right? Okay? But again, to answer your question, why does Hashem want that? That we don't. Those are questions of philosophy. We don't go to. We don't discuss those things. Can you accept that?
Sure.
Okay. Avalafal pichein hakol biyad Hashem kachoymer biyad hayoytzer. Like we say on Yom Kippur, right? Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, right? Kachoymer biyad hayoytzer. You have the matter in the hands of the artisan. Is that the good way to put Yossi? Is that a good translation? The artisan, right? The artisan has the matter and he molds it and he makes whatever he wants to do it, right? Whether he's working with gold, with silver, with clay, whatever it is, the artisan has the clay and Hashem molds it the way he wants. Okay, ki ein oid milvadai. Ki ein od milvadai. There's nothing other than Hashem. Ki ein od milvadai. Kamei Shabbat B'Sein Zal Inyan Kishofim. The idea of witchcraft, that why Hashem has witchcraft, why He made witchcraft in the world. Rak shenasan lahem koyach lefi shah b'shvil bechira aval achar kach govei delay. In other words, when you have something of impurity in the world, something of impurity, something of evil, it lasts for a short while. It's a short while. For example, in the world, you have a tsunami. You have a hurricane, right? These are things that are terrible for the world, right? The tsunami is terrible. Hurricanes, but how long does it last? It has it's powerful for its moment, right? Like it says that the ruach is powerful. The ruach ra is powerful for that moment, but it doesn't last. It's not lasting, right? Doesn't last. But when Hashem does something for us, like we said, we gave the example, right? A person wants to travel to Israel, right? He lives outside of Israel and he wants to travel to Israel. So Rav Nosson gave us the example, at the time when they wanted to go to Eretz Yisrael, there were a lot of wars going on, right? You had the French and the Turks, right? They were fighting. They were fighting at sea, and it was dangerous. So people said, I can't go. I can't go. It's dangerous. I can't go, right? And others went, right? And when they went, they made lives for themselves here, right? They made lives for themselves over here. So it was difficult for a little while, but then look what happened, and it goes on. It goes on, and it keeps going on. Where something of bad, the bad stuff only happens for a short time. Look at this. If you mechalal Hashem Shem Shemayim, if you defile Hashem's name and hide it, right? Like Bilaam was doing. What was Bilaam doing? He was doing things against Hashem's will, right? Hashem doesn't want us to live with beasts, right? With animals, right? That's not what He wants. But look what it says. He'll get paid back and it'll be revealed what he did. All these things. We have all these politicians and all these other guys, right? They do all the things and hide it. And next thing you know, it gets revealed, right? Scandal.
Like Obama, right?
Scandal.
Yeah, right.
Scandal. This was a scandal. This was the first scandal revealed. This was the first scandal. He was an important guy, right? A very wealthy man, right? A very influential person, right? And there was a scandal. And how did it get found out? His donkey told the world. His donkey told the world. It's fascinating. When you understand the story, it's mamish fascinating when you take the story apart, like we're trying. Yeah, okay.
There's another thing that just came out to me here. You know how you said when you do one thing, at least you do another. Like if you do something evil.
Yeah, Avera goreres Avera, right.
And just like the opposite. So it's like Bilaam increased his evil abilities through impurity.
Yes.
And so
one thing led to the next, to the next, to the left,
next.
and brought him to the highest level of impurity.
And Moses did just the opposite. He increased his goodness, his holiness.
Yes.
Which brought him to his level.
Exactly.
It's everything is significant.
Yeah.
Maybe, and doesn't it therefore imply, like, for example, in America today, I'm sure you know, they almost legalize bestiality, and it's going that way because now there's states where they legalize same sex marriage and things like that. So it's going in that way. So
but back to the same thing like before the flood.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going right back there right now.
Exactly. So
in a hurry.
Right. So doesn't that imply that if one strives for kedusha, for holiness, he should definitely be in Eretz Yisrael?
Of course, everyone should be in Eretz Yisrael. Absolutely, but okay, you have people have their challenges that they can't get there for whatever reasons, and everyone has other kind of reasons. I don't, but absolutely, it's really amazing. Where I know I'm friends with Rabbi Kamenetsky. He runs a yeshiva. Mordechai Kamenetsky runs a yeshiva in the Five Towns, yeshiva South Shore. You know the yeshiva?
I've heard of it too.
You've heard of it, yeah.
I had one of my students one, but yeah.
Yeah, so he said that he got a letter. He told me this, it was about a year ago. He got a letter from New York State that if he's going to get any funding, he has to take down the sign boys' room, men's room. Was it what he called it? Gender something?
Trends,
Whatever. Yeah, he has to put that sign up.
Gender free.
Or whatever. He has to put some kind of sign up there.
that's right.
It's in the schools. It's in the yeshiva.
Aye.
They're getting into the yeshivas. Yeah. Okay, now look what he says. Umine uvei abba nazel bei narga. So you take the is an axe, right? You could take the axe and chop down the forest, right? You take an axe, you can destroy everything. You can mamish destroy everything. Sha'asam ba'atzma shetime es atzma ima. At the donkey itself that defiled with him, shemisham haya koicha yatame. That's where the koyach came for his mouth. Bilaam's mouth to say the things with his filthy mouth, impurity came because he was with the donkey. He ba'atzma himshich loy Hashem yisbarach adiba pasach es pia v'haichicha oisay v'idea loy le'ein kol masha asa ima. The donkey revealed to everybody. Look at what he's doing. He did this in the bedroom, whatever, in the barn, or whatever. I don't know what. Right? Whatever they were doing. I don't know whatever he's doing. But he revealed to everybody what was going on. It became public knowledge. It was on all the headlines. Yeah.
He even had baby donkeys with Bilaam's.
I have no idea.
He wasn't sneeze about it.
He was sneeze about it. But then it was revealed.
Oh, it became revealed.
It became revealed that we said if you do things privately, it'll come out. That's the rule why there's always a scandal, right? These guys think they could do things b'seiser and no one will ever find out. But it's always found out. Because since he took his koyach hara from that place, Al kein hera lo Hashem yisbarach shebazeh ba'atzmai him tzachadi b'lasam ba'atzmai levaishoy olinkan, to take revenge and to embarrass him. You know, it's like, the animal didn't necessarily want to be part of this, right? But he had no choice. What was the animal supposed to do? What could the animal do? But the animal itself came and rebuked him, and he got embarrassed through his animal. Wow, it's just amazing when you understand the story. V'bechinas temoises rasha ra. The wickedness itself brings upon death. Yeah.
It's a very, very beautiful idea. I think in the world to come, when a person comes before Hashem, and his actions are revealed, the accusers, the ones that were formed because of the actions of the person who did misdeeds, they come and speak. They come and speak of what you did. But what the beautiful thing is the way Hashem made it is that they're not rebuking him just for the sake of poking fun at him, but to correct him, to rectify, to show that this is a wrong action. It's almost like the
Well, in the next world, there's no more correction. It's you have to make the corrections here. We have to make tshuva over here. Once you get to the next world, it's game's over. Whatever you did, whatever the person did, the person did. It's only if we have to. That's why we strive to rectify our deeds every day before we go to bed. Right? We do Kriya Shema Lamita. We try to make rectification. We try to make a din v'cheshbon of the day. What did I do today? Did I do something wrong? I want to make a rectification right now here before I go to bed. Right? Yeah. Viksiv, okay. Oid makai macher de bereinem izer shedaika al yedei zu amasay agedoyle himche chadiba l'sham. Okay, so we got it through his. Now we understand the mechanics, right? We understand the mechanics of how the donkey was able to talk, where the power for the donkey came from. Where did the power for this donkey come from? Because again, Hashem wanted the donkey to talk, but now we're just defining how did it come about. It came about because, again, he only used his donkey because he had to do something so grotesque, something so disgusting in order to bring him to that level of impurity. To go to that low level of impurity, he needed something really terrible. And that's what empowered him, to have the power to be pa'ula with his words, with his filthy mouth, because he was involved with the donkey. So the donkey itself came and rebuked him. All right, so now we learned two things now today, right? Why did the donkey say sholosh regalim, right? Why did he hit me sholosh regalim? Because he said, right? We remember, right? We learned, right? Why did sholosh regalim? Because the sholosh regalim are mikra kodesh. You think you're gonna work on the side of impurity? You're gonna accomplish anything with the Jewish people? So long as the Jewish people are being ole regel and they fulfill the 3 holidays, which is mikra kodesh, you have no chance with them.
Now the donkey's giving him Musar?
Yeah, the donkey gave him Musar. What did the donkey tell him? What did the donkey tell him? Lo mekani shalish regalim.
Yeah.
How come not shalish pamim?
No.
Pamim. What would we say today? How would you say it if someone hit somebody 3 times? What would you say? Lo makami oti shalish pamim. Why would we say shalish regalim?
Right, it's a remez to the Shalosh Regalim that if you go Ol Regel.
Yeah, the Torah says that. Yossi, the words in the Torah. It says the donkey's words are in the Torah.
Right, that's right. No,
Shalosh Regalim.
It's amazing that he's
gave him the biggest
He's
mussar.
saying that's not. He goes, look, I know what you're trying to do. I know you're using me. I guess the donkey wasn't as evil as meaning the donkey wasn't.
So the donkey's a donkey.
It's still a donkey.
The donkey's a donkey. What do you want from the poor donkey?
You're using me to try to get to the other side and do the koach hatuma and to go there to the lowest of places.
Right.
But I'm telling you that it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Because these Jews weren't going up to Ol Regel.
No, but it doesn't. No, but the concept of mikra kodesh
is that
we don't have Aliyah Regel today either.
Nullify the evil that.
Yes, that's on there. That's the real thing the donkey's telling you.
That's
not what you're trying to do.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing with Haman, right? Haman kept his 50 foot tree, right? Haman with his tree, right? Right. He was it's an interesting thing, right? The Torah says Haman min Torah minayin Hamin ha'etz, Hamin ha'etz, right? That's why the Gemara says that, right? Hamin ha'etz, right? The tree. And then he was attached to trees, right? Then he went to get a tree, Eitz Kavaya Chamishim Amma, right? 50 Amma. Yeah. Do you know where he got that tree from?
Probably.
It was actually the main beam of his house. It was actually the main beam of his mansion. He used that.
He took that out of his own mansion?
He needed
That's
that.
how much he wanted.
He hated it because he's a nun. Shar nun atuma. 50. Why 50? 50. So what does he do? He gets hung on it. His evil power, his evil wickedness gets revealed, what he was really trying to do. It's all the same thing. Bilaam, and we said, right, where did Bilaam come from, right? And where did Mamayev come from, right? It all came from the light and his daughter, right? Me'av, Midin, right? Moab is Me'av. You knew that, right, Yossi? She said, it's from my father.
That's right.
It's true.
Me'av. And Midian is Midin, from the side of Din, judgment, harsh judgment. Midin. Yeah, we'll learn a little bit more. Okay, we have some more time, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's look at Pei Beis. Okay, any questions on this? So we got this. Well, we're really deciphering this guy Bilaam. But again, what's the purpose of all of this? Hashem does this so we can have Bechira in the world. That's the whole purpose. There's always free choice in the world. Hashem, there must be free choice in the world for the world to exist. There would be no free choice, the world could not exist.
So then you can almost, I don't know if this is where he's going, you can almost start to see why he says, hey, bring the women in.
Yeah, we're getting it. We're going there. Yossi. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. No, he saw that it wasn't working. He saw that he says, I wanted to give him. Balak was angry. What, you give them blessings? You're blessing them? I paid you all this money to curse them. What are you doing?
Right.
Right, okay.
Where was his free choice?
Whose?
Bilaam.
What do you mean, where is he?
Bilaam says, hey, I have my free choice. I want to use it now to curse.
He did have free, one second, he did have free choice. In other words, his free choice was not to go or to go.
But when he went,
The Yad Hashem is always going to be Gavoa, right? That always wins. Hashem lets him go so far, but it's going to stop somewhere. There's a fail-safe. Always Hashem has that fail-safe, that it won't go.
it almost was like a net benefit for us.
Yeah.
Meaning we ended up. I know it's a bad evil guy with the animal and everything, but he did give us a bracha. He gave us a bracha.
It was Hashem giving the bracha through him to mock him. Can you imagine how stupid he felt? Look at this guy. First, his donkey. Let's think about this for a second. First, his donkey rebukes him in front of everybody. They're all listening. They're all listening to the donkey talk. Come on, Yossi. Come on. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that, Yossi?
They're listening to a donkey talk.
Yeah, no, really, unbelievable, right? No, really.
It is.
And then he gets on the mountain there, and he's looking for that 1 second that Hashem's angry, but Hashem doesn't get angry that day. He can't find it, but Balak is driving him crazy. So do something. So he says, "Okay, I'll do it now." But he wasn't able to tap into the anger of Hashem for that second, because Moshe Rabbeinu convinced Hashem not to get angry that day, whatever that means. So he couldn't find it. So Hashem rebukes him again. He gets rebuked again. Now his own words rebuke him. Balak is saying, I paid you all this money. You wanted a house filled with gold and silver. I gave you all the money. And this is what you do. How beautiful is the tents of Israel? Wasn't that another patch? Didn't you get another patch like that?
But it's also incredible wonder how such mouth, which is used to defiling and doing all these wicked things, could say such a bracha.
Yeah. Well, but again, because Bilaam was on the side of Nachash, which is the Chachmei HaTeva, which are the philosophy, sciences, and all of that, right? He was the head. So Hashem is showing him it's not part of nature. Donkeys don't talk, and then people that want to say things. They can't say what they want to say. They can't utter what they want to say. That's not part of nature either, sir. Okay? Okay, now let's go to pay base. We have a little more time, right? Birishoy, with his wickedness, he was so wicked. It was showed how wicked he was, right? With the donkey, again rebuking him, and then the whole story, right? You would have thought he would have said, you know what? Enough of this. Okay, I realize, Hashem, I thought I could take you and I can mold you the way I want you to. You'll do what I want, but I see I can't. But he was talking to Hashem. You understand that? But he had mamish. Hashem did this in such a way, but he could have said at that moment, you know something? Look, there was Yisro, right? Yisro was a guy that was a priest of every avodah zarah. He knew every single one. Now I know Hashem is great. Yisro was able to say that, right? Yisro was able to say Atiyadat because he knew all the other God. He knew all the other avodah zarahs. He knew them. Not only know them, he was an expert in them.
Yisrael?
Yisro. Jethro.
Okay.
Jethro. Sorry. Jethro. Sorry. Okay. All right. But right. So he was such a on such a low level. But yet what? When he came back, we named Kabbalah Satorah, the Parsha Kabbalah Satorah Yisro. It's Parshas Yisro. Jethro.
That was a big deal, what he did.
A big deal.
Big deal.
Big deal. But Bilaam was so impure, he could have came back. That's what Yitzchak was trying to do with Esav, right? Yitzchak understood Esav was really had the ability to come back. And he had the ability to be somebody really great. And that's why he was trying to work with him. Didn't work. Didn't work. Right? That's why he kept him so close. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies even closer, they say, right?
Maybe, and it's interesting you just mentioned that Yisro's had his name in the Parsha, just like also Balak. Balak also, we have a Parsha, Balak.
Yeah.
It's also interesting, it's the other, just your point, to have it the hero.
Yeah. V'lo yishav midarkei. He didn't come back from his derech to klal. Ad sheyoetz lebolak lachshilam biznus. Oh, okay. He says, now I have to have some saving grace. This is no good. This is no good here. I got embarrassed with my donkey. I got embarrassed with this, and now I have a plan now. Now I have a plan. What's the plan?
That's why I'm paying you. Like I'm like any idiot could have just gone that route.
Yeah.
That's like a cheap, tactic.
Yeah.
That I guess I don't
No,
know
but
what
Bilaam could have told Balak, look, I'm sorry. I can't do this. Don't you see? Let's just abort. Let's abort this plan. Let's go home. That was his choice. He could have done that. Let's go home, and we'll make negotiations with Moshe Rabbeinu. We'll work things out. We'll try. Whatever. He could have done that.
Instead, he created a workaround.
He did. Yeah. No, so he comes up with this amazing idea. Achi Yodz Balak. He gives King Balak now an idea. He's his advisor. Yodz, right? He's his advisor, right? Lachshilam biznus va'yedeze yipol mehem. They'll be able to fall. You'll kill them. You'll be able to make them fall. Ki amalei, because he said, Bilaam said to Balak, Eloheihem, their God, Eloheihem. Look what he says, Eloheihem, their God, shel elu soinei zimahu. He hates. What's a good word for zima, Yossi? Znus. What's a good word in English for that? Immorality. Good. We'll use that word. Okay. Immorality. God hates immorality. Their God hates immorality.
So he knows this well.
Oh, he knows it.
Hates immorality.
No, it's we. No, he's saying like this. No, he's saying like this. We can be involved in all the disgusting things. It's no problem. Because we chose that side. Oh, but them, they're on the program. They're in the program of Kedusha. Oh, that doesn't work. You can't have the immorality with the Kedusha. We can do that. We have to do that. For us, it's okay. It's amazing. Look at the words. Eloheihem shel elu soinei zima.
Maybe it almost reminds me, remember when they hate the eagle? What did it say?
Yeah.
What did it say when it came alive?
Yeah.
Your gods. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the key out of it.
V'adava temua moi. This is a very, very bizarre thing. This is very bizarre. Im kain, im Hashem yizbarach soinei zima, ayedei ze yiplu mi Yisrael chas v'sholom. If God, what's he saying? God doesn't like immorality, right? V'im kain balaku v'naisav v'u ba'atzmai b'vadei yiplu al yedei mapola she'ein lei tekuma. So then they'll also fall. In other words, wait a second. You're saying their God doesn't like immorality. Now you want to use Bilaam is telling him, use your daughters, take your daughters, the princesses, and use them. Won't they also go down then too? They did, right? They did go down, right? Because they're the ones that are going to cause the sin, right? The sin through the immorality through them. V'gam mahu haloshan eleihem shel elu ki haya tipesh v'ama sheyesh liyisrael lekei miyuchad v'lehem acher. Oh, they have one God, we have another God. Their God doesn't like it. He'll punish them, but he won't punish us. That's what Bilaam is telling Balak. Balak is saying, this is a stupid idea. This is a stupid idea. No, God, their God hates it. They'll be punished, but we won't be punished because we're not in that program. It's fascinating, right? All things that we just discussed, he thought, any way you want to pull Hashem, you could pull Hashem. If you want to pull Hashem to Torah mitzvahs, he'll go with you. You want to pull Hashem to the side of impurity, he'll go with you. This is what he was thinking. Because to the Jewish people that can bring themselves close to Hashem, they're on the side, they're in the camp of Hashem. Like Moshe Rabbeinu said, Mi Hashem Elai, right? After the golden calf, Mi Hashem Elai. Who's in my camp? Who's coming to me? Who's going to be in my camp? Anyone is in the Mi Hashem Elai, right? Al pi das Moshe Rabbeinu haya kadosh uporish miyoy. Through Moshe Rabbeinu, the connected with Moshe Rabbeinu, he's very disconnected. He's porish. He's separated. Very, 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 very holy. V'hizir l'chol Yisrael al znus ma'od. And Moshe Rabbeinu warned us, don't get involved in immorality. Moshe Rabbeinu taught us that. Right? There was the 10 Commandments, right? Right? And therefore, when they got involved in immorality, right away, instantly, they started to fall. Avalhu v'siyasai shetimu es atzmam kol kach. But us, that we chose the other side, it won't affect us. We'll be vindicated. We'll be protected because we're not part of that side. We're not part of that camp. And we saw that Bilaam, and we saw that the Khartoumei Mitzrayim, they were able to do things with their incantations. They were able to accomplish things, right? To them, it won't be any problem. This immorality won't affect us at all, because that's our life. That's what we are. We're immoral people. So immoral people do immorality, right? Them, it's going to affect. You got this? Is this a fascinating idea? And therefore he said, shel elu. From the Jewish people, Zima. He hates, because if you're part of that camp of Hashem, he hates that. Shel Elu, Daika, specifically if you're part of the Jewish camp, and you're with Moshe, this doesn't work, the immorality doesn't work. Sheim Yisrael, Shem Shichu Likus Aleim B'derech Zeh Shel Kedushas Moshe. Who Zima? Moshe Rabbeinu taught that Hashem doesn't like the Zima. Right? Moshe Rabbeinu taught us that. Shesoine oisa machmas chet niyov, aval hasina hazois hurak leelu v'loy l'temeim k'moisai. Now we're really understanding the mindset of Bilaam. What his motive was, what his whole argument was of why this will work. Why will we be able to now? Because again, let's think about this. Balak wasn't really a big fan of him right now, right? He really wasn't a big fan, right? He failed. He failed him miserably, right? He paid him a lot of money to get a job done, and he didn't get the job done, right? Ki bazeh Torah b'kifirosov shesava mashe royim b'chol pam shederech adam roitze leilich meilich enoisai. Right? He made a mistake because he thought, well, the Chazal tell us that, but derech adam roitze right? They escort you. Umatzlichim biyadai milmala. Sheyigmar cheftzai heim l'toiva heim l'ra. You could do either one. You could choose the side of good, choose the side of bad. It doesn't matter. Whatever you choose it. It's your choice. Sava shechas v'shalom Hashem yizbar bitel ritzayni legamri amasa biyad odam hakol. Hashem is mevatel. He nullifies his own ratzon. to do what man wants. If man has ratzon. You want to say something else? No. And his way, the way of a man is, if the person wants to draw upon himself kedusha, elav daika yazik zima. So to him, immorality will affect him. Yes.
Beautiful idea that just came to me. Just as HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives his children, his creation, man, the ability to choose his way, and he is still with them, and he gives them koach and life. So to a parent, when he has a child who is, let's say, going the right way, you still have to be, it's still your child.
Of course, absolutely.
You can't renounce your children. Oh, you
no.
It's a very, very beautiful idea.
Avalela v'siyol shichu kama pa'amim hakoychos malmala derech hasitra acha ayidei zumas hazima daika. So he understood that he was able to be involved in immorality. Bilaam, right? Bilaam, Balak, they lived their lives of immorality. And Balak was able to do his witchcraft using the dead carcass of a bird. And he used the bones. He used the bones to do his whatever witchcraft he was able to do. Bilaam didn't even need that. Bilaam was able to use it from his mouth because he was so much way worse than Balak was even. But they accomplished things with that thing. So they thought it works. Hashem will give whatever I want to do, it works. Aleim lo yazik hazim klal adarabah kol koycha ma'yidei chasam. Our koyach, he was thinking that all our koyach comes from the zima. Bilaam said, I'm immoral, and all my ability comes from because I'm immoral. Aval ish ba'al lo yeda chesil lo yavin ezais. We know these words. We say these words in the Mizmor Shir Yom Shabbos, right? Ish ba'al lo yeda chesil lo yavin ezais. Right? An empty person, a fool doesn't know this. B'froich Rishoyim k'may Esav. Right? The Rishoyim grow like grass. Grass is it's not that sturdy, right? Grass is not that strong, right? K'may Esav. They grow like grass, right? Ki adam hu eitz hasada, right? Eitz hasada. Tree is strong. Tree has roots, right? Lishamdam adayat, to destroy them. Right? Okay. Ki masha Hashem yizbarach noisen lehem koyach zeh hu rak lefi shah b'shvil ha'bechira. The fact that Hashem gives Bilaam, Balak, and all of those guys, and all of the Khartoumim, all of these guys that are involved in the witchcraft, the ability to do something, it's only for that moment. It's not everlasting. It's only for that lefi shah, for that moment, for that very moment. In order for there to be bechira, that people see it works, something works. He could have realized in the world that this is really not what Hashem wants. Hashem really doesn't want that. But he was so evil. He truly believed that his power came because of the immorality. But
it did.
What?
His power did come from immorality.
Yes. But wait a second. But he could have realized, wait a second, let's look back in history. There was a flood.
Yeah.
Why did the flood come? Because of all the immorality. Right? All the immorality, right? That's where the world's going again right now, correct? And what Hashem took revenge on them because of that. Right? They got a hot shower. Right? They got the flood waters were hot water, right? Yeah. Chazal tell us it was hot. It was very hot.
Yeah, it was scalding. A hot shower. They got burned.
Yeah. Okay. We're saying it b'lashon haki. Okay. They got a hot shower. What? Boiling shower. Okay, a boiling shower. Okay, a boiling shower. Yeah. Oh, and that's what's part of the way the world, the scientists look at things in the world, and they say, oh, things are millions of years old, right? Because the fossils, all the things got with the hot water, they got distorted, right? Okay. Rak hu rotza leilech achatai voisa v'shiras liboy al kei nosan Hashem yizbarach koyach kazeh sheyochel lahamtzik koyches ritzayin lefi shah b'shvil ha'bechira. Whatever he had was only only for that second, for that moment, for that segment, only for that segment, because Hashem wants it to be Bechira in the world. Aval l'soif gavei delay. But in the end, Hashem always wins. Hashem will always win. The same thing that Hegdish always wins, right? Hashem always wins. Ki pirchasam hu rak lefi kemo esa, because their hatzlacha is only like grass. You know, the wind comes, it blows it over. You step on it. It's nothing. It's nothing. Lishamdam, right? To knock them down. Acher kach, to knock them down. Ayadei zeh adei ad, for eternity, right? Kamaisharinu shacher kach naflu kulam balak ubenais midyan ubilam ba'atzman mapola she'ein loy tekuma. Right after the story, right? So Klal Yisrael, right, went around. Right. Well, Pinchas killed Bilaam himself. Right. We learned that yesterday. That Pinchas was able to fly. He was up in the air, and Bilaam said, "Oh yeah, I could do that too," and he was flying as well. And then we said that Pinchas was able to trip him, so to say, up on high. And then he wound up falling, and he landed on the sword, and that's how Bilaam was that's how he died. And Balak also was killed. They were all, and all of the ladies, they all were killed. Ki nahargu kulam becherev al pi Pinchas v'Yisrael. Ki ata maram li'olam Hashem. Ki ata maram li'olam Hashem. Hashem will always be lofty. Hashem will always win. It'll always be Hashem in the end. And again, Hashem will be the one in the end now, and again, we're going to see. We're waiting. Mamish Mashiach is Mamish. He's here. We just have to be. He has to be revealed, because Ki Ata Maram Li'olam Hashem. Hashem will always be on high. Hashem will always come out above, and the truth will always win. Right? Truth prevails. Sheker falls. Right? Right, we said that even in the letters of the word emes, right? Emes, right? Emes is an aleph, a mem, and a tuf, right? The aleph has 2 feet. It's strong, right? The aleph stands with 2 feet. The mem has a flat bottom, right? It's flat. The mem is flat, right? He's strong. Can't knock him over. And then the tuf has 2 feet again. He stands strong, right? But sheker is a shin. A shin's like a V. Shin's like a V, easy to knock over. The kuf has only 1 foot. You try stand on your 1 foot. How long can you do that for? Easy to get knocked over, right? And the reish has 1 foot. Sheker falls, truth will win. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Chaismai Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu is emes. And Ata Marim Li'olam Hashem. Everyone should have a wonderful day. And Emetz Hashem will pick it up tomorrow, Pei Gimel, on Tainus Esther. Kol Tuv.